What's up guys, Dick Opinion here, and let's talk about No Man's Sky and the fact that they're coming out with an update called No Man's Sky Next. Well, let's get a few things out the way. First off, No Man's Sky is coming to Xbox this summer. I guess, hooray. I wonder if it's still going to be like $60 or if it's $30. I don't know the price of this game anymore because every time I go to look at it on PSN, it just tells me I purchased it. But I'm assuming it's around $30, and I hope that it would come out on Xbox $30. We're talking about a 2-year-old game here, but we do live in the day and age where they put out old-ass games for full price on different consoles, so who knows, but that's not the point. It's coming to Xbox this year in the summer, and it's getting a major upgrade called No Man's Sky Next. So, No Man's Sky came out in 2016, and I would say it was at least top 3 of my game of the year that year, and that was 2 years ago. And so I thought it was dead. I thought we would never hear from it again, but we got this. No Man's Sky Next is coming, and there's no other information about it. Now for me personally, the last DLC they added was some cars and base building, and that honestly sucked. I went on it once, drove a car around, and never played it again. The fact of the matter is, no matter what you add to this game, it's not going to make it better unless you fix the main problem with the game. And the main problem with the game, if you're someone like me, I put 200 hours into the game, I explored over 200 plus planets, probably more than that. And each planet's the same. You go there, it's colorful, it may be deadly, it may be empty, it may be full of life, it may be colorful, but you go there, you feed a couple things, you get a couple items that you can get on every single planet, and then you leave after 3 minutes. And that's every single planet. You can't roam around and really find anything worth doing, it's all the same stuff. And that's my problem. If you give me new ships, new vehicles, new big ships to explore, it's not going to matter because I'm exploring the same trash that I explored in 2016. Basically, there's just too much. It's this massive, it's not even a massive open world game. It has this little phony map and it just spawns in random planets in an area. There's like a trick to it. It's really not an open world massive game. It's really just a mirror hidden behind a few planets. But besides that, I made a rant video about that, so don't let me get into it. My major point, I'm ranting here, my major point is, if No Man's Sky does not update the planets to actually be worth going to, this update's not going to matter. If they don't make it where I can see a planet from the sky, and I can see that it has life, I can see in the distance huge buildings and huge cities that I can go to and explore and maybe get missions from and do missions in there and then ride around as if the planets actually matter, as if they actually made the world good, as if instead of making it with 1,000 planets, just make it where there's just 2 solar systems with 10 planets. And those 10 planets are packed full of life. You can go to them and you can just explore for hours on end, and it's always different and has tons of different cities, and it's just amazing. That is the No Man's Sky I want. You might go to a couple moons and it's empty and only has a few things on it, but there's no point to explore No Man's Sky. There's no point to go back to No Man's Sky, and this No Man's Sky Next update, it literally needs to be No Man's Sky 2. It needs to be a completely new game and not just an update to make people come back to this. So seriously, leave in the comments below, what would it take for you to head back into No Man's Sky? Would it be okay for them to just add, a couple new vehicles to ride around the same boring crap? Are you gonna buy it for Xbox One? Honestly, as someone that played it a crap load, my in-game content, there's nothing there. I never made it to the center because I know it just restarts and there's no point. So, as someone that actually looks for an ending and in-game content, an actual story, with just a game that you explore empty planets on a mirrored open world infinite universe that isn't really true, but what they call it to get you to buy it, it's really just kind of a boring game at this point. It was fun when it first came out because no other game was like it, but 2 years later, it's pretty boring, and I really hope this No Man's Sky Next update really makes the world worth going to, although I extremely doubt it because it'd be way too much work for them to actually do. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about No Man's Sky Next. You gotta pick it up for Xbox One, and what would make you play No Man's Sky again? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe for more on the other channel with Dusk and Fly. We'll talk to you later. Peace.